Ronald, how much confidence do you have in terms of Alibaba's AI capacity build-out, and at what point is that going to yield or command a premium in the stock price?
So in our roadmap for China internet giants, we estimate around $9 billion of capex to be spent on GPUs alone by the BBATs that we just introduced, the four largest internet companies over the next 3 years. In particular, Alibaba is this hyperscaler in public cloud. They also launched their Tongyi generative AI models. And recently, they have opened the infrastructure for other open sourced models as well, including the Meta Llama 2 open source models. We do think on the 3 layers of generative AI, Alibaba plus Baidu and have a bit of early mover advantages there, while on the application layer, we see both BA and T have a lot of different various application scenarios. But at this point, the clearest and visible revenue driver is the 2B side, which is helping companies develop their foundation models. And our companies, with their computing power, allows for the training and ongoing inferencing and daily operations of those. So on the to business side, we see good traction. Alibaba talked about queuing up of customers, of their corporate customers, to launch their kind of foundation models. While on the to consumer side, Alibaba plans to launch their generative AI across the various apps. We also see Tencent WeChat being a key kind of application potential for generative AI in the social and on the communications front.
And generative AI is really at the heart of this report that you've come out with, Ronald, a roadmap for internet giants, opportunity set and risk factors. On the risks side, how big is regulation shaping up? And broadly, how is the sector positioning for this new technology?
So China has been one of the first to launch their full generative AI regulations, and that determines their 2 public-facing generative AI applications. And this law will be in action from next week, which kind of puts China into one of the earlier to have a full regulatory framework. With that, we're expecting more models to be approved, and therefore Baidu's and Alibaba's have launched their Ernie and Tongyi respectively, and in pilot testing, we're expecting some of those breakthroughs. And hopefully by the end of the year or early next year, we have Chinese users testing out all of these chatbots that the rest of the world has been testing out the ChatGPT and using those since late last year and end of 2022. And across the regulatory front, we do think besides China's more supportive on the regulation front, I think our companies are also utmost focused on the rest of the global regulations, particularly in the US, targeting mostly on GPU availabilities and China cloud computing businesses. So I think these 2 have been a top of mind and debates in the U.S. Congress and on the geopolitical front. So our companies, I think, are just focusing on their equipment, making sure they have enough GPUs for the time being, and pushing forward with their initiatives with corporates and to consumer-facing applications.